Right now, in Braintree, homes are still selling, but buyers are becoming more selective about which homes they're willing to compete for. And that's exactly why some homes are selling quickly, while others are sitting. Hi, I'm Abby Valencia-Gooding with eXp Luxury. I specialize in luxury homes and new construction here in Massachusetts. I help sellers and builders rethink, reposition, and relaunch their homes so that they sell and not sit. Before we get into the numbers, I want you to understand something really important about this market. This is not a slow market. This is a positioning market. Buyers are still buying, but they're shopping very carefully inside price brackets. The data. Between February 7th and May 7th, 38 single-family homes sold in Braintree. The average days on market was 35 days, and the average time to go under agreement was around 25 days. The average sold price came in around $860,000. Now, what's interesting is this. Out of those 38 homes, 16 of them sold above asking price, 17 sold below asking, and 5 sold right at asking. So what does this tell us? It tells us buyers are absolutely still active, but they're not saying yes to everything. They're comparing homes, they're comparing conditions, they're comparing location, and most importantly, they're comparing value inside each price bracket. And this is where sellers make one of the biggest mistakes. They assume buyers shop emotionally, which could be true, but more importantly, they shop in price ranges. So if a buyer is searching between, let's say, $800,000 and $900,000, and your home is priced at $975,000, you may have just priced yourself out of your strongest buyer pool. And when that happens, you don't get negotiated with, you get skipped. You sat on the market, so you're old news. Therefore, buyers hesitated and they just moved on. In fact, let's move on and talk about luxury. When we move into the luxury market, which in Braintree right now is roughly the $1.2 to $2.5 million range, we still saw activity. Out of 38 homes, 9 of them were luxury homes. 4 of them sold above asking and 4 sold below asking. And 1 sold right at asking price, which was also the most expensive sale in Braintree. It was a home on Addison Street that sold for $2.5 million. Sold right at asking price. And this is where luxury really gets interesting, because at higher price points, buyers become even more analytical. They're not just asking, do I like this house? They're asking, compared to everything else available in this price bracket, is this the best value? And that's why positioning matters so much. And if you're a builder, this matters even more. Because new construction isn't just competing against other new builds, it's competing against fully renovated homes, move-in ready homes, and sometimes lower priced homes that simply feel like a better deal. And here's the mistake that I'm seeing. Some homes are being priced based on what the seller hopes to get, instead of where buyers are actually shopping. And in this market, that difference doesn't create leverage, it creates hesitation. At this level, it's almost like walking into a luxury car showroom where everything looks beautiful, but only one feels worth the price. Or it's like trying on jewelry. You may like 5 pieces, but there's only one you don't take off. So the strategy right now isn't list and hope. It's rethink the pricing, reposition the presentation, and relaunch into the right buyer pool. So if you're thinking about selling in Braintree, or you're a builder trying to understand where your project fits in today's market, I'd be happy to help you break that down. Not just value, but positioning. The link is below. I'm Abby Valencia-Gooding with eXp Luxury and the New Homes Division, and I'll see you in the next video.